Welcome to the Wealthy Speaker Podcast, a show chocked full of strategies for scaling your speaking business. Now here's your host, coach to the industry's superstars, Jane Atkinson.
Well, welcome everyone to the Wealthy Speaker Podcast. I'm your host, Jane Atkinson, and today we are talking about developing the confidence to share your story on big stages. Our special guest is Tara LaFon Gooch. Welcome to the show, Tara.
Hey, thanks, Jane. I appreciate you having me today.
Well, I'm super excited to kind of get to know you and your business model a little bit better. Tell everybody what it is that you do and how you help speakers.
Well, it kind of really started us helping speakers in 2021, 2022. I realized there was a gap in the market. There was a lot of great speakers out there, but they didn't know how to refine their messaging. They didn't know how to take the next step. So I became really passionate about helping those individuals, and I myself am a speaker. So I started as a brand strategist. I come from a corporate background. I'm a corporate dropout. I lovingly refer to myself as that.
I love that.
So dropped out of corporate sales in 2022 officially, nosedive straight into entrepreneurship. My husband and I started our company, and he comes from a branding background, so he's a brander, he's a graphic designer. And then we decided to marry those passions of visual design plus strategy and brand and marketing.
Okay.
And then in 2022, we really niched down to help thought leaders as well.
So helping thought leaders, and would you say that is how much is it speech? How much is it marketing and branding? Give us a breakdown on that.
Most of the work that I do is the strategy aspect of it, is landing, like we talked about the TEDx talk, that big piece, right? I would call it like a legacy speech.
Okay.
That's a huge component of it because we might have a great message, but if we don't get on stage, the world can't hear it. So a lot of the work that I do with clients is getting on that stage, securing that talk, and then once we've done that, it's about crafting that speech, making it memorable, making it sure it's an evergreen talk, something that will be findable for years to come, that you'll want to be known for, essentially.
Right.
But then the marketing aspect comes in because even if it's a great talk, but nobody hears it or sees it, it falls flat.
Right. Right.
So it's a really holistic approach to it, very multidimensional. Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Well, when we think about a TEDx, and from my perspective as a coach for professional speakers on the business side, confidence is paramount to success. And we really focus down on mindset and thoughts, etc. Talk about how important confidence is. Let's say you've secured the TEDx talk. How important is confidence to go in and deliver? I'm sure nerves gets the best of some people, and perhaps they don't perform as well. Just talk a little bit about confidence in that regard.
It's an interesting story. I want to take back a little bit to why I started helping speakers with
Okay.
this, because I think it's a telltale story.
Mhm.
So when I was on stage delivering my talk, there was, I believe it was seven or eight, or pardon me, 8 or 9 speakers that were to deliver their talks that day.
Okay.
2 talks didn't get published. So I want everyone to imagine this. Your family's in the audience, your coworkers are in the audience, everyone and their mother knows that you're going to be a TEDx speaker. They come to watch your event.
Yes.
You've been talking about this for 6 months, and then the day of, you don't have the confidence to perform,
Ooh.
or you weren't ready. So I saw this in real time. And I was a foreigner. I delivered my speech in Nottingham, England. Everybody
Mhm.
else was English and from the area. So I was kind of the outsider, but I was watching, I was the observer and the speaker at the same time. What's interesting is the speaker who went right before me flaked on her talk. Her talk didn't get published, and they kind of say it's contagious a little bit. I said, oh no,
Ooh.
I'm next, right?
Oh no.
Then the speaker right after me had that same thing happen to them as well.
Really?
So I watched this in real time in my TEDx talk. It's about confidence. And I said, I can't keep this information to myself. I want to help other people.
Right.
So I saw it as an opportunity as well. Like, how can we turn this lived experience into something tangible to help others navigate this journey with confidence?
Yeah.
But confidence is paramount because you could be the smartest person in the room. And I know a lot of really smart people. I always joke my clients are smarter, way smarter than I am, right? I tend to
Yes.
work with doctors and surgeons and people like that. They're so smart, but if you lack the confidence, the delivery is not going to have the same impact.
Yeah.
And you could not believe in yourself to the point where you don't practice as much as you know you should, right? You allow other things to get in your way. It really does stem from a belief system, and it's paramount that speakers adapt to that.
Mm. I didn't even know that. I'm kind of naive, I guess. I didn't know that you could do a TED Talk and it may not actually get published. And I'm thinking that the people who perhaps it didn't fly for them on that day, maybe they were like, yeah, I know I didn't do well and I'm okay with it not going live because I don't want other people to witness it. But when you land a TED Talk, it consumes your life for, like you said, 6 months. You're rehearsing, you're writing, you're tweaking, you're crafting your stories, and you are so excited. All of the people in my life who have done TED Talks have gone and broadcasted it to the world. I'm doing a TED Talk. This is super exciting. And then to show up. And is there anything you can pinpoint? Let's say you have a client who did really well, and then you had another client who maybe wasn't able to put it together on the day of. Like, is there any specifics that you can pinpoint, whether it be a lack of rehearsal or something, and even over rehearsal? We have seen it on the National Speakers Association stage years ago. I remember a speaker bombing and they let him come and do it again, and I was so happy. I was bawling my eyes out in the audience because they allowed him to do it again. And he just he over rehearsed, I think, was probably his problem, and got in his head about it and just couldn't get out of his head and got stuck. Talk about what maybe you have seen in the confidence world go awry.
Mm. Well, thankfully, I haven't had a client yet that has bombed, but I'm a speaker coach for a local TEDx event in Charlotte, North Carolina, where I live.
Okay.
And we had one lady the night before say, I can't do this. And she walked out. So it does, again, it happens more than people realize. Nobody
Mm,
really talks about it. That's why I talk about it.
yes.
Because I think it's important to spread awareness of this because so many people either under prepare or over prepare, to your point, and both are not good. You have to have balance. So
Mhm.
the way I kind of teach it with my clients is 2 weeks before, you're going
Mhm.
to take a solid break. You're not going to think about your talk. You're not going to rehearse your talk.
Okay.
You're going to literally do something that Maybe you go to the beach with your family. Maybe you go horseback riding. Maybe you play tennis. It doesn't matter what you do. But
Okay.
for 2 weeks before, I recommend people just take even a weekend, just literally take your mind completely off of it. And then before you do it, then after that, so take that reset and then go into something I call monk mode.
Oh,
Monk mode. Monk mode is your hard, deep thinking, it's your concentration, it's your mindset, it's your visualization.
okay.
If you don't visualize the success of the event won't be as successful.
Okay. So you're going to walk it all the way through in your mind from you
Yes.
standing backstage or maybe even before
Yes.
that until you're standing in front of the people and they're jumping in the air and
Clapping,
giving you a major
cheering.
standing ovation.
Yes, imagine that standing ovation. Imagine people crying. Imagine people running up to you afterwards and saying, "Thank you, you changed my life."
Mm,
If you don't imagine this, right, you're not going to bring the energy on stage with you.
mm.
And the fascinating part about this is that neuroscience confirms all of this to be true. It
Yes.
actually has shown that people just thinking about working out, they grow muscle tissue more than people who don't think about working out. So you
Really?
can actually grow muscle tissue simply by thinking about working out. I'm going to try visualization on everything I do from now on, right? Because the mind and body connection is that real, is that tangible. And we can apply this to speaking as well. I think that's important.
How far do we take this visualization? Do we take it into a place where we're looking at the screen and watching the numbers go up as your video goes viral? And I do want to
Ooh,
talk to you
yeah.
about how hard that is to make that happen.
Yes.
But do we take the visualization all the way there? I mean, if that's ultimately most people, I don't know
Mm-hmm.
anybody who does a TED Talk without the goal of it going viral.
Right. Yeah. And you want more eyeballs on your content, right? And this
Hmm.
is another thing that I think people don't realize when they get into a TEDx talk. They hear of stories, and I have a dear friend of mine, he wrote the foreword in my last book,
Okay.
who has one of the top 15 TEDx talks of all time. So his TEDx talk is like 25 million views.
Okay.
People look at that and say that is the rule. He's actually the exception. He's a
Yes.
unicorn, right? He is not the rule. He is the exception of the rule, right? He's his own category. But yes, I would say for visualization purposes, think about what you want and get super, super granular about what that is. Do you want to have 1 million views? Do you want to have 500,000, 50? It doesn't matter. Whatever your goal is,
Yes.
write it down and practice gratitude for it as if it is already achieved.
Mm, I love that. Okay.
So, yes, I think that is really, really important.
I love that. First, I want you to share the title of your TED Talk, and if you wouldn't mind, share the title of the 25 million view TED Talk of your friend.
Sure. Yes. So, my TEDx talk is called Gratitude, the Foundation of Confidence.
Okay.
And my friend who has the super, super viral TEDx talk, I would have to look up his talk, but just look up John Tarantino.
Okay.
Yes, John Tarantino. You'll find he actually has two talks. You can watch them both. I think both
Okay.
went viral.
Okay.
Mine got over 400,000 views, so it did go viral. Not not in the millions and millions of views like John, but that's okay.
That's wonderful. Okay, so and maybe we'll get those links from you and we'll put them in the
Sure.
show notes so that people can see what does 25 million views really look like from a TED Talk perspective. Brene Brown has had some really successful TED Talks. I think that probably was something that gave her career a catapult earlier in some of the earlier days. Okay, so let's talk about what it might take to have your TED Talk go viral. What are some of the elements? What are some of the components of a viral TED Talk?
I love this. I love this question because two often speakers don't, again, it's very reactive instead of proactive. You've
Okay.
got to take a proactive approach to going viral on YouTube. And first, it's understanding what YouTube is. I think that's the most important part. YouTube is a search engine, and it's the
Mhm.
world's second largest search engine next to Google. So,
Yes.
first, understanding it as a search engine platform will get you in the right mindset of what it takes to be viral on YouTube. So, if we think about it as a search engine, then that means that we need keywords. And our title is the first line of defense in
Right.
viral potential.
Right.
Your title has to be intriguing, it has to have keywords in it that people are actually searching online.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have keywords in your title, how is somebody searching for a TEDx talk on gratitude going to find you if you don't have the word gratitude in your title? If you
Right.
try to make it ambiguous or mysterious, you're not doing yourself any favors.
This is not the place to be clever.
This is not the place to be clever. Be clear and intentional, and it starts with your talk title. So
Mm-hmm.
it can be clever. You can make it clever, but make it to where people understand what it's about.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that's super, super important. If you have a talk on anything, whatever that keyword is, put it in your talk title
Yes.
and really make sure. And there's tools out there to kind of check like what keywords are being searched right now on YouTube. I think it's called vidIQ or something like that.
Okay.
And
Great.
you can check, right? Keywords and see what kind of people are searching for.
Yeah.
Well, I know that people search on YouTube for TEDx talks on confidence and gratitude. So I would put both words in my title so I could grab both audiences, which
Good.
are high search indexes.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah. I think that if I have to ask a question, what does that mean? When I look at
Right.
your title, and now with TEDx, can you have like a clever on the front end and the subtitle be the thing that fills in all the blanks, or does it really just need to say it all at once?
Yeah, there's a simple formula you can use. Um, just like you would have in any type of content, you would have a hook, wouldn't you? Right? You
Yeah.
have a hook that grabs
So you
attention.
share your hook as the
Yeah.
title, and the
Yeah.
subtitle is the keywords.
Yeah, hook. Your title could be very simple. It could be a hook,
Hmm.
hook plus a promise or plus promise.
Hmm.
Something that is catchy, that has keywords, but it's also intriguing enough that people want to click on it.
Hmm.
So, there's an example. There was someone that was in our coaching group last year, and her talk title that she picked is not something I would recommend. It was something like, "Where are you from?"
Hmm.
Nobody's going to click on that because one, it doesn't have keywords, and two, there's no relevance to me.
Yeah, I
There's
don't
no
even know what you're
hook.
talking about.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So you have to have things that are clickable, that are relevant, that people, regardless of where they are in the world, because it's a global platform, are going to want to click on that, be intrigued, and that's where that hook comes in.
Okay, I like that. All right. So thinking back to your clients and thinking about how let's say you're taking somebody, a doctor, who wants to become a thought leader in a particular space. What are some of the steps? And I do want to reference your book, Talk Your Way to the Top. Is that your
Yep,
latest book?
that's right. Yep.
Wonderful. What's the subtitle for that?
I've got it right here. And actually, if you have any listeners
Mm-hmm.
that would be interested in this book, I'd be happy to give away a couple copies as well. So this is Secure the Stage, Market Your Talk, and Transform Your Life on the Famous Red Dot.
All right. So I'm going to have the first two people to email me, Jane@speakerlauncher.com, um, will say freebie book, and then we're going to do it for 2 listeners. If you're listening to this and you would like to get a copy of this book from Tara, you will email me, and the first 2 people, I'm going to shoot their email address or their addresses over to you, and you can mail them their free book. Thank you so much. That's beautiful and generous. So yeah, let's talk through if there's somebody coming out of a job, how you might allow them or have them establish themselves as a thought leader.
Oh, I love this. We have so much expertise sometimes that we don't realize.
Yeah, you don't even know it.
We
Yes.
don't even know it. We take it for granted because we're in it. So, the first step I always take is a really in-depth discovery call with someone that I'm going to work with.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to know, obviously, their professional background. And, these are questions to ask yourself, right? If you're listening to this podcast,
Mm-hmm.
what in your professional background makes you stand out? What are you really, known for, good at? What's something that you're just naturally good at that people ask you about
Yeah.
that you may take for granted? For me, it's networking. I really am a good networker.
Okay.
I love networking. It's something that's natural to me.
Mm-hmm.
That seems to be more complicated for other people.
Yes, who have
Um,
social anxiety. Yeah.
yes, yes, yes. I love networking. I'm also someone who really understands community building, social media building, brand building. So these are things that, they're just easy for me. So think about just, as you're listening to this, what are some things that are easy for you that other people find challenging?
Yeah.
That's something I think that again we all need reminders of.
Mm-hmm.
And then think about what are you really passionate about? What do you want to see changed in this world, in the industry, in a system? Think about something like that. Something
Mm-hmm.
that really lights you up. Ultimately with TEDx, like I said, it goes on YouTube, it goes on the world's largest, search engine. So it's going to be something that's also very evergreen, something that you want to be known for and talk about still 12 years into the future. So it's not something that's like a trend. It's something that is long-term and sustainable that you could foresee yourself talking about for years to come.
Can we talk about that for a second? Because in my world of professional speakers, I see people maybe doing TEDx's that are not necessarily going to generate them business. It's something that they're passionate about, but it's not something that's going to be profitable for them, nor is it something that they focus their business on. So it needs to be under the same umbrella, right?
Yes, thank you so much. I'm so glad you mentioned that. You've got to have a strategy.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to make sense. And
Yeah.
for me, the confidence piece, it goes in with, my work with speakers, obviously. It's something that I coach people on and in that world. But it's
Mm-hmm.
also what my books are about. I have another book coming out this year or pardon me, in 2026, next year, that's about confidence as well. How
Okay.
to pursue your calling with confidence.
Hmm.
Right? So this is important. It's not a one-time thing. It's something that you continually build on so that it is strategic and also nurtures your business goals at the same time.
I love it. So, okay, so we decide that we're going to be an expert in a particular space. Maybe we go out and try to secure a TEDx. Not the easiest thing to do. I mean, there's definitely a lot more opportunity out there for people, but let's not say that that's a given. What are some other things that you recommend your clients do in order to have their expertise become known?
I think it starts with your platforms, your content, putting
Mm-hmm.
things out that are very valuable, that talks about the thing you want to talk about,
Mm-hmm.
the thing that you want to be known for. start building a platform on the rented spaces of social media, places like that. And you can have your own podcast like we're doing right now, Jane.
Mm-hmm.
I have a podcast as well. I think these are important pieces. I call them islands of branding.
Okay.
Islands of branding that we have, and we can always use them to, grow and amplify our messages, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think it starts there. It starts with connecting with the right people on social media, not necessarily your friends or neighbors or cousins all the
Yes,
time.
that's not helpful.
Not helpful, right? It's connecting with people that can give you opportunities. So, meeting planners, corporate event planners, organizers, TEDx organizers. And then you pair that with messaging that makes sense with pictures that have you doing the thing you say you do, i.e., speaking on stage, writing books, being a thought leader,
Mm-hmm.
right? Creating valuable content that nurtures and supplies information and
Okay.
transformation. And then you pair the network with the social media content with the right messaging. And then all of a sudden you start to be known for something. Once
Yeah.
you start to be known for something, there's this resonance where people say, reach out to Tara or Jane for this because they're
Mhm.
good at this.
Yeah.
It takes time. It's building a brand. It doesn't happen overnight, but it's well worth the effort.
How long do you think it takes? I always say that to build a business, any business, takes 3 years. What do you think? So you talk about people building like an ecosystem that positions them as the go-to expert in their field. Is this what you're talking about? All these things that you just mentioned?
Absolutely. Yeah. Building an ecosystem of authority.
And how long do you think it takes?
I think it depends on where your professional background was before.
Yes.
There's some variable factors in there. If you were a surgeon, it's not going to take you as long as somebody that is just starting out, right? Somebody that's just starting out, just stepping into speaking and thought leadership.
Okay.
So I do think there are variables there. I don't think there's a hard stop. This is when it is. This is when you arrive. I think
hmm
it's one of those continually progressive things.
Yeah.
But I would say it takes a couple of months. It takes a couple of months either way for people to understand what you do, who you serve, why you're different. Your differentiating factors, what makes you the subject matter expert in this.
Yeah.
So it's not an on and off switch by any means, but it can be built. A brand can be built slowly over time, over the course of a few months at least, if you're consistent. I
I'm
think
going
the
to say
consist
emphasis on at least because
yes, at
I
least.
think that people want to have, if something goes viral, obviously you might be able to do things a little bit more quickly. But we have what we call flashpoints in the speaking business.
Hmm.
And that's where something just propels you forward in a big way. A TEDx could be a flashpoint, a new book could be a flashpoint. But I would like to stress that there is no really quick, easy path to getting what it is that you want, which is to become known for one thing and to go viral. So, Tara, your information today has been incredibly helpful. How should people connect with you? Is there a social media that you prefer? Do you like to be on LinkedIn or where do you hang out?
I hang out on LinkedIn a lot, so I'm on there all the time. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn at Tara LaFon Gooch. And also visit my website, taralafongooch.com as well.
Okay, wonderful. And don't forget to email me, Jane at speakerlauncher.com, to see if you win one of the two books. That's super exciting. And depending on when we release this podcast, it'll be a good little challenge for my brain to remember that we even offered that. So remind me when you email me what it is that you were emailing about. So thank you so much for being here. Any other final words of wisdom that you have for people about having the confidence to share your story on big stages?
Yeah, I would say consistency is huge, right? I think a lot of people have a lot of great ideas. I think there's no shortage of talent. I
Yes.
think there's a shortage of consistency and work ethic. And I mean that with love. If
Yes.
you're not willing to show up consistently, someone else is.
Yes, for
You
sure.
don't need to be smarter. You don't necessarily need more degrees, but you need to be showing up when other people are sitting down and getting comfortable. So I would say continuously show up. That'll give you confidence. And what showing up consistently does is it's a compound effect. Just like, confidence, it builds on itself. It builds on itself and it continues to grow over time. And then you become an unstoppable force of nature. And that's when people start calling you, which is amazing.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much for being with us, Tara. And if you've been listening and appreciated what it is that we're doing here, let us know. Give us a like, give us a thumbs up, and make sure that you subscribe to get all the future podcasts. And with that, we're going to say bye for now, everyone. We'll see you soon, Wealthy Speakers.
Thanks for listening to the Wealthy Speaker Podcast. If you need help scaling your speaking business, head over to speakerlauncher.com and chat with us.